Allergies, arthritis, cancer. 3 common pet diseases. Find out what my top remedies are in this video. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm having an upcoming webinar, Dr. Jones's Top 67 Veterinary Home Remedies, and you're invited. For more information, you can click the link directly in the box below, or you can go to www.theonlinevet.com/webinar. Dog allergies. It's probably the most common reason I would have been seeing a dog coming into the veterinary clinic. More often than not, it's a history of a dog that is chronically itching, chronically scratching. He or she's licking at her paws. All this excessive hair loss, this really foul smell coming from their skin. That's just all this excess bacteria and yeast. Also, these same dogs are excessively scratchy in their groin. Sometimes, excessively rubbing their face or whole body up against the carpet. They're just so itchy. Because of that, it's a really difficult condition to treat. Many people are like, there's got to be some type of alternative to prednisone or some of the other newer veterinary medications, which are in part suppressing the immune system. And there is one in particular. In my opinion, the most important holistic remedy when we're trying to deal with the short-term itching, we're trying to give your dog some immediate relief, is this one. It's licorice root tincture, of which Pippi is somewhat interested in. It works very well at providing the short-term relief, in part suppressing that itch-scratch cycle, giving your dog some immediate relief. Some pretty standard doses of about half a ml of the tincture per 20 pounds of body weight. Based on Pippi's weight, she'd get about a full ml of that tincture, which takes you up to about there. 1 cc of licorice root tincture. As far as frequency, she could comfortably get that 3 times a day for a maximum of a 2-week period. If your dog has any underlying organ dysfunction, you want to be very cautious about using it and doing it in conjunction with your veterinarian. Cancer in our dogs and cats. Once again, it can be very difficult to treat. There's an array of different cancers, and obviously not one single treatment is going to help with all the different cancers. There are a number of alternative remedies. I've discussed those on some of the videos in the past. But if someone were to ask me, what is the one, in my opinion, what is the one most important remedy I would consider using once again, hopefully not, my friend's dogs such as Pippi here, or my own animals develop cancer, what would I be using? It would be this here. It is, Pippi wants to have it already. It's dandelion root. Dandelion root is being extensively studied. There's a bunch of research showing it to be very beneficial for some of these very chemo-resistant cancers in people. And there's every reason to believe it could be potentially very beneficial to our animals. Especially so when we're dealing with so many of these cancers, such as lymphoma in our dogs, which you can't get a cure. You can use chemo, you can put it into remission, but you can't actually cure that cancer. So by all reasons, I would encourage you to explore some of these alternative options. For me, it would be the dandelion root tea tincture first. As far as specifics of how to make it, you're getting the whole dandelion root here, which comes from a natural health store. It is then being ground finely in a coffee grinder. And once it's ground fairly fine, just enough, not so fine it's a powder, but fine enough that you can see small particles. And then you're going to put 1 teaspoon of that in a bowl with 1 cup of water. And you're going to simmer that for somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. And that amount would be the dose you'd be giving to a 20-pound dog or cat. So if your cat is 10 pounds, you get half that amount. So that would be given throughout the day. And as far as length of time frequency, in general, some of the natural veterinarians would say you should expect to see a change within your dog or cat within a 2-week period. The expected change you'd see is you may actually see an increase in appetite. They actually feel better, then you know that they're responding. Arthritis in our dogs and cats. When we're dealing with our middle-aged to aging animals that have been very active, lots of running, jumping up, moving around, there's normal wear and tear on their joints, much as there is with our own joints. And with that resulting wear and tear, you get a loss of that smooth covering the cartilage, and all of a sudden it's stiffer getting up. And even at my age, I can much attest to that very same experience. All of a sudden it's like things are creaking or moving around. That's likely degenerative joint disease, and otherwise known as arthritis. So if your dog is a little bit creaky, getting up, or you've got your cat who's reluctant to jump up, maybe your dog or cat is, they're hiking one leg sometimes, especially after a fairly long walk or run, there's a very good chance you're dealing with arthritis. Typically, most of you are going to see a veterinarian. You've got some type of anti-inflammatory prescribed, hopefully just for dogs, not for your cats. Regardless, many of you are looking for an alternative option, like what is something else you could consider using? There's an array of different things. I've got a number of videos on degenerative joint disease, some of the different types of arthritises in our dogs and cats. But if I were to use one thing in particular, encourage you to look at one specific supplement, it would be this one here. It's the 95% curcumin. There's an array of different research behind using curcumin. When we're looking at 95% curcumin doses, we're looking at doses of 100 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight daily, meaning Pippi would get about 400 to 500 milligrams. These are 400 milligram capsules. I'd be comfortable giving her one a day. Yum, Pippi. God, imagine we get all three things today. It would be so good. Oh. Who wants a bit of licorice tincture? Who wants some dandelion root? And 95% curcumin. Wow. Could be your lucky day. Yes, Pipster. Yes. And I didn't do anything to you. No. Thanks so much for watching this edition on Veterinary Secrets of the top remedies for allergies, arthritis, and cancer. I'm having an upcoming webinar, Dr. Jones's top 67 veterinary home remedies. I encourage you to come. If you had to do so, you can click the link directly in the box below for more information, or you can go to www.theonlinevet.com/webinar.